Oh, good morning, folks. Here we go again. Another story for you, and this is about another festival. We're going back now to the late '90s once again with the Mercuries, and I mentioned in one of the other videos about a country music agent that had got me some work called Mike Handley from Amber Entertainments. We'd first come across Mike with the Mercuries, and he'd booked us for a couple of shows. It was mainly country music, but there was the odd rock and roll show that came up, and he always thought of us, bless him. So we got booked to do this gig at Doncaster Racecourse. It was a custom car show, I think, or classic car show, and it was to be inside a marquee on the Saturday night, and the Sunday morning we were to do a set on like a curtain-sided trailer. So we thought this will be great. And he said, you just need to do 1 hour set at night and an hour in the afternoon the following day. You can, leave your gear. And it was all our own gear. There was no PA man there. There was no sound guy there. So we'd taken all our big stuff in. It was a big, big marquee. And he said, right, there'll be a country act on in the other one. I think, if my memory serves me rightly, it was Pinto Bennett from America. So he was in one tent. I think we had to start probably 15, 20 minutes before he'd finished his show for some reason. I don't know why it was going to flow. I don't know why we didn't have to wait till he'd finished. Anyway, we got set up and sound checked, and there was already some people starting to drift into this marquee, and it was a big marquee, like a circus tent one. Probably would hold standing 600-700 people maybe. So anyway, we can hear the strains of this other guy in the other marquee, and we got told to start, and we started, and by the end of the first song, the place was packed. It was heaving. So we carried on doing our set, and they just kept coming. It was full, and we did our hour, and the agent Mike is at the back of the stage. Carry on, keep going, keep going. 2 hours later, we're still going. We've done nearly every song we know. We tried some songs we'd never done before, some easy rock and roll songs that we could jam, putting some extra solos in. Anyway, 2.5 hours, I'm looking around saying, Mike, and he said, I'll get you a drink. So he's bringing a drink. He said, I'll pay you more money, I'll pay you more. So we did just over 3 hours in a wanna, straight through. And I'll tell you how I got any. I had hardly got any voice left. It was shredded to ribbons after that. But what a gig! And it was full, and there were all some at the back dancing. There were moshing at the front, and it was just one of those gigs. You think, why can't they all be like this? It was wild. I don't know if we did get any extra money or not, but certainly the next day that hour's set turned into a dismal 30 minutes. I got no voice. I got no voice left. Vin sang 1 or 2 songs of his own, She Little Sheila, which is a Gene Vincent one, Not Fade Away. And that was about all Vin sang, I think, and one of his own songs that he'd written, Coming Home to You. So we said, Vin, you must know Blue Suede Shoes. We've been playing it like every night for 10 years and stuff. And he just said, when you're a lead guitar player, you don't sort of listen to the words, you listen for your little cues where you come in and stuff. And he didn't know the words to Blue Suede Shoes, less if he tried it. It was like 2 for the money, 1 for the show, and his numbers were back to front. It was like number dyslexia. But so we sort of, luckily there was not that many people sort of there. It was like an open air one, this one, for the Sunday afternoon. So we managed just to wind it down, because I was talking like Mark Simpson. I got no voice left. It was awful. But so that was my little festival story, the custom car show, which we did again the following year. And it was just outside. There was no big marquee. They'd scaled it down a lot. And you remember the Gladiators from TV? I know it started back up again, but they turned up for a personal appearance, and they were giving talks. It was Jet and Hunter, who were an item at the time, James and Diane. And they'd said, we've been booked to give a bit of a talk about bullying and stuff like this to the kids. But there's no equipment, so Brian said, I'll sort you out with a microphone. So we did the sound for them to speak through, got them a microphone each for them to, and they did a meet and greet. So that was Jet and Hunter, lovely people, really, really nice. So that was the following year. But nowhere near as wild as that Saturday night that we'd done the previous year. Back at you soon with some more stories.